Hey, this is Noah. I don't know if any of you have heard of this game, Fraymakers, but it's an upcoming platform fighter, which aims to be like the indie crossover Smash style game that I didn't know I always needed. The developers of Super Smash Flash 2 have decided, okay, since Flash is gone, rest and writ, we're gonna make our own game. And me and my brother, we backed it on Kickstarter. The first thing they asked us in our emails, if I'm allowed to say, is what characters you want. I don't know how much. I think they said it's not going to have too much of an impact, but I can't imagine that that's necessarily not true. I voted for characters that, when I looked at this trailer, I'm like, okay, this could be it. But for me, I want it to be definitive, because all the other indie sort of Smash, because this isn't the first game that did this concept. A lot of them on Steam are of mixed quality, and they all have random indie characters all over the place, that sort of thing. So to me, I'm like, for this to be definitive, I want them to get the heavy-hitting indie characters that define these are indie games that are the big deals. So I voted for Sans, Shovel Knight, Hollow Knight, and Shantae. I don't even like Shantae. If you guys like Shantae, that's fine, do your thing. But I want this character in this game because she's like one of the definitive indie characters. So, I made most of my votes for that sort of thing, because to me, if all of these characters are in this game, definitive. I'm here for it. But I made my final vote for a character that I actually wanted, and I'm sort of making this video because I want to get it off my chest that there are other characters that I would like personally that may not be the best picks. Here's my list of, like, it just so happens to round out to 10. This was kind of an accident, so this isn't going to be like a top 10 characters I want for Fraymakers. Number 1. The first one, and this is the one that I actually put on my list when they asked me, was the Penitent one. He's from Blasphemous, and just in general, I think it would translate very well. It's a Metroidvania game with a whole lot of different moves that you can pick from. If you want to get upset that there's a sword fighter, well, I just checked. There's no sword fighters in the game yet. If you gave me the 4 characters that I put that were like, these are our heavy hitters, and then you gave me that one, my main, I will play this game way too much. I don't want to make the bold statement that I'll play it over Smash, but try me. Second one is a character from Monster Prom. You'll notice that these first 3 picks that I have are from games that I backed on Kickstarter. Monster Prom, I backed the second one, not the first one. And I thought about it and I was like, Damien would probably be great as a Unga Bunga character. I don't like him. Polly's not for good boys and girls. But then again, the entire game isn't, and I don't know if they care. But I was just like, if I'm gonna put one on here, just Vera. Vera can step on me. Shoot me in the face. I'll probably apologize to her. Anyway, so guns. So anyway, I started blasting. Then we have Will from Moonlighter. When I was discussing with the boys, I actually thought Will would actually be interesting as an assist. It would be interesting as if you plop him down and he opens up a little shop and you can buy things. I don't know how that would work, but I thought it would be interesting. He would obviously have a lot of merit as a potential character because he could be something akin to, like, somewhere between Link and Byleth, if you wanted to use a Smash comparison. I don't know if they could somehow incorporate how he buys and sells things. And I'm articulating this directly to you, okay? I realized last night as I was coming up with this list, in like my half asleep, I could have put Monica. Even if she was like an assist. That'd be pretty good.
She'd work well as an assist.
So anyway, Monica, from Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm gonna leave it at that. There was a game that I bought, Dust: An Elysian Tale. I think that's how you pronounce it. Give the furry bait community what they want. I don't think Buff Duck is enough, and I don't think Octodad is enough, although depending on the right community, they're probably enamored with that. Anyway, and we need another sword character, more of them. If we're gonna compete with Smash, we have to be able to put a bunch of sword characters in the game. And then lastly, for this portion of the list, Bread. From I Am Bread. For the last 4 on the list, I thought about it and I was like, well, if this was to be a definitive indie Smash Brothers type of game, a crossover of all the indie games in a platform fighter that plays well. They should give fair tribute to the ones that came before it, because those games are indie games too. So if we had a character from each of those games, if you wanted to make a comparison, like how Ryu and Ken and Terry are in Smash, we should have a character from the other indie platform fighters. And since Orkane is in here, it's very obvious that they have the same idea. Give me Volgar from Brawlhalla, even though I don't like Brawlhalla that much at all. I said his name completely wrong. Wow. I must have, like, dyslexia or something. It's Bodvar. Where did I get Volgar? I might leave in that flub, because that was funny. Give me Paco. From Brawlout. I just learned that's the frog's name, that with the 4 arms. Give me, this would be a bold choice, but give me a character from Lethal League. I'm fine with either Raptor or, the skateboard one. I don't remember his name right now. Starts with an S. Skate Guy. Yeah, that's the one. This would be a bold choice, and I might do an entire video about this in and of itself, but I think Fraymakers and Rushdown Revolt are going to be the 2 competing platform fighters in the near future, either next year or, well, yeah, okay, this year or next year. But if they could get a character from that as well, that would be pretty good. So that's my list. I put a whole lot of thought into it, you know, a whole, like, 3 minutes while trying to fall asleep. Have you heard of this game? If not, or if you have before this, what kind of indie characters would you like to see in a Smash-style game where the developers might have a little more freedom with what they do with it? If you like this video, like it, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube things. This is Noah. That is Fraymakers. See ya.